What's up, y'all? Happy to see y'all, man. You know what time it is, man. It's time for Share My Thoughts, right? Share My Thoughts is the segment part of the podcast where people from Facebook, TikTok, X, all the platforms have questions, right? We get a lot of questions coming in. And let y'all know, right, I try to answer all questions, but I just got to randomly pick it, then I just do it. And I hope that what I say affect you and have an impact on you when I'm doing somebody else. Stay a harmonious person, all right? First of all, I want to give a shout out to all the people that's not critical thinkers in the world, who they are. Let's give a little 5-second moment for them. That's it, because you responsible for your own thinking. All right, so check it out. We're going to reach it to let me go into my laptop and we're going to pull up a random question one of the people, okay? Let me see. Okay, here goes somebody right here. All right. What's her name? She says, "Hi, my name is Isabella. I'm 33 years old and I'm from Hawaii. I've got a company I've been running from my kitchen. It's bringing in extra money. And I know I could do more." Definitely you can. Then she says, "But right now, I'm working as an LPN and I don't want to just be helping people. I want to run my own business full time. The problem is I can't seem to leave my job. I've been trying to think of myself as the company already because I know what I'm doing at my home is a business like you said. But at the same time, I keep showing up for this job. What mindset am I supposed to be in and I'm supposed to have? Do I start from the top? And where is the top? If I'm already doing the business, isn't that the top? But where do I start? If you could help me, Conscious, I really appreciate it." Listen, man. That was deep, man. All right, listen. Isabella, thank you for your honestly opinion and questions. You're not alone with this. A lot of people are living with two realities all the time. One, they desire, and one, they maintain out of habit, fear, and comfort. But here's the truth. Listen to me perfectly. You don't become your business by doing it. You become your business by being it. Right now, you're doing the business, but you're still being the employee as an LPN. And the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. You understand? You said, can't seem to leave your job. But every time you show up for that job, you're affirming to the universe that you're still part of that job. You're telling the universe, I'm still this. Even though you have a business, you haven't claimed it as your identity. You understand? And when you don't claim it, you don't create it. You understand? If you don't claim it, you don't create it. Because claiming is creation. That's the God part of you, right? Thoughts are blueprints. Words are contracts. Actions are signatures. So let's talk about something from the top. The top I was talking about in episode 3 is not about a place. Episode 2. It's not about a place. It's a perspective. You start from the top when you say, I already made it. You start from the top when you act like the CEO, not the side hustle. You start from the top when you detach from the comfort of the bottom. Let me give you a metaphor. If you trying to move out your house, but you kept cleaning it, decorating it, and calling it home, you're not leaving. You're reinforcing the attachment. You understand? Same with your job. If you keep showing up, clocking in, calling it work, you're not transitioning, sweetheart. You're reinforcing the identity, which is important. Comfort is enemy of change. It's easy to get in the bed, it's hard to get up. Dr. G taught me that. Because comfortability produces attention, and attention produces attachment. So if you want to move, you got to get uncomfortable, sister. You got to stop cleaning that house. You trying to leave. You got to stop saying, I'm going to clean my house. You got to stop nurturing the job you're trying to exit. That's the detachment. That's elevation. That's sovereignty. Let's talk about alignment. Your purpose must match your actions. You say you want to run your business, but your actions say you're still serving another one. That's a contradiction. And contradiction confuses the universe. You understand? So you got to align your thoughts, your words, and your actions. You understand? They got to be combined. You got to say, I am my business. You got to act like it. You got to build like it. You got to detach from anything that doesn't reflect it. You understand? I ain't done. Let's talk about emotions that go with it. Emotions are part of the process, but they're not the engine. People do things every day that they don't feel like doing. So don't wait for the perfect feeling. Wait for the perfect alignment. You understand? Wait for the perfect alignment. Emotional intelligence means you feel what you feel, but you act for what you know. You get that? You get that, Isabella? So here's what I want you to do. Write a new affirmation. I am the founder. I am the CEO. I am the business. Say it every morning before you go to work, then say it to yourself all the time. Does this action reflect my identity? If it doesn't, adjust. If it does, amplify. Amplify. Because your reality is only what you think of who you are. All right. So look. Oh, I'm going to say it again in the podcast when we go in, but oh yeah, don't forget about the Universal Promise with Dr. George Henderson. I spoke with him personally. Yeah, I did. He's my friend. You know what I'm saying? He's also my mentor. He said he's going to be a guest on the show, y'all. And trust me, you're going to be surprised and educated. He's coming from a plateau you never thought there was. Believe that, right? All right, so listen. Here's my final thoughts on this segment. So Isabella, here's your answer. Isabella, you start from the top by claiming the top. You detach from the bottom by refusing to nurture the bottom. You align your thoughts, words, and actions towards the purpose. And you move not from emotion, but from elevation. Please research everything I say, Isabella. Never let anyone tell you out their mouth about your truth. Don't let this be a definement moment. It'll be a refined moment. You know what that is. This segment is sponsored by Thought Root, created by the Thought Root Center, Group Network Laboratories. And it's going down, man. You know what I'm saying? It's designed to help you build mental clarity, emotional strength, and spiritual alignments. And also this segment is also sponsored by Pure Shield. I like saying that, Pure Shield, which will protect your families and environments from harmful bugs and toxins while promoting holistic wellness. All right, y'all know what it is, man. That's the segment for Share Your Thoughts. Until next time, you know what it is, y'all. I'm going to see you in there. Yo, what's going on, y'all? Y'all know what it is, man. It is August 21st. I'm dropping an early podcast because it's important. I want to get this message out, right? Today's episode is called The Thought Factory. What is that? What's the thought factory? The way you're thinking. It's a factory, and you need to be aware of that. I'm so happy to see y'all, man. What's going on, man? What y'all been doing, man? Drop me some comments. Let me know what y'all been doing. What y'all eat yesterday? What the weather was where you was there? I was talking to somebody in Cleveland yesterday, and they were telling me, like, it was going down out there. They was having a lot of fun, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to show peace out, give a prayer, give a moment to give recognition of God blessing the people in Inglewood, California, and in Chicago. Let's do that for a second. All right. That's what we need. Y'all ready to get into it, man? I'm excited, man. Let's do it, man. Let's help each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it is time for the Thought Factory Episode 4, right? Y'all ready? Let's do it. We're going to talk about understanding the agriculture of the mind and how to manage it with emotional intelligence and awareness. That's what we're talking about right now, right? You understand? Let's act like the music page then. Thoughts in a All right, that's enough. Welcome back to the Thoughts of the Groove Network. I'm your host, Charles Suggs, also known as Key Chapters, also known as conscious. I like the voice, conscious. It's like God talking to me, right? This is episode 4 of the Thought Factory. Now let's try to get right into it. Your mind is a factory, not a metaphor, a mechanism. Every thought is material, it's raw material. Every emotion is a chemical reaction. Every belief is a product. And like any other factory, y'all, it has its departments, it has its managers, you understand? It has its systems. Let me break it down for you. Okay, let me drink a little water. Okay, the subconscious is the production floor. It's where everything gets made. Right. Now, it doesn't ask questions. It just builds. That means it's trusting the people that's bringing the bricks, the hammers, all the material to already have it done, right? The conscious mind is one of the managers. It decides what gets sent down to the subconscious floor. You understand? It filters, it directs, and it approves everything that goes to the subconscious floor. Then there's autopilot, another manager, right? Now, let me see how to break this down. Autopilot runs the routines, the habits, the default settings, if you want to say it. It doesn't innovate. It just repeats because you train the subconscious through repetition, right? So that's where autopilot comes from. But above them all is the most important one. It is the observer. You know who the observer is? The observer is the founder of that factory. The owner, the one who built the factory, that's who he is. That's you. That is you, the observer. The observer doesn't touch the machines. What bosses go to the job and tell them, is this working? No, I'm talking about the founders. I ain't talking about the supervisors. I'm talking about the bosses, right? You don't touch machines. Doesn't clock in. Doesn't panic. He just sits back and watches. Looking at the camera, looking at all these silly mother. he just sees the whole operation. And when you learn to live from the observer seat, you're going to start reacting. You start refining. You understand? That's the emotional intelligence. Yeah, it is. You know what I said? That's the emotional intelligence. That's the psychological sovereignty. Now, let me say this. Y'all remember this? You remember when your mother told you? I remember my mom used to tell me, I say, what y'all doing? Right? She would say, get out of here, mind your business. This grown folks talking. I used to be like, right. But she wasn't talking about gossip. Not to me now that I'm older. Now I went through MKS. Understand? She was talking about my mind is a business. And be mindful of that business. Clean it. Audit it. Because if you don't run your factory, let me tell you about life, man. If you don't run your factory, somebody else will. If you don't tell your mind and your employees what to think, somebody else will. Don't be complaining when it happens. And they send it through thoughts that don't serve you. Emotions that don't belong to you. Beliefs, man, that don't reflect you. I don't be in the beliefs. I don't walk in faith. I walk in the knowing. I don't have to believe something's in my house. I know something was in my house. You understand? Understand what I said? You got to step into this ownership. You got to become the founder of your thoughts again. And if you mess up, do it again. You mess up, do it again. You mess up, do it again. You know what that really means? You know how you find out? You find that key? Silence. That means listening. That means observation. Because when you sit in silence, you start to see the machines. You got to touch them. You understand? You run a company, you don't got to touch them. You start to hear the gears. I can hear my factory running good. You start to notice what's being built. and you get to decide. Do I want this thought? Huh? Do I want the emotion that's going on? The emotions. Do I want this belief? Because that's the power of the observer. That's the power of the thought factory that I'm trying to get y'all to recognize, right? And right before we wrap this up, I'm going to tell you, you need to understand everything I said because it's important. Think of your brain as a business. It's a factory. You do not have to touch the machines. You ain't got to talk to no other people. You understand? What y'all think about that? That was good? Yeah, man. Look, man, don't forget about the Universal Promise with Dr. George Henderson, my mentor. Matter of fact, check it out. I said it in the segment. I spoke with him personally. He said he's going to be on the podcast. Yeah. He ain't no guest. He family. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, this is what I'm telling you. You're going to hear some things. You better get y'all notes down. You better record it. And trust me, you're going to be so surprised. Y'all going to be like, who is this, man? This circle is for real, man. And also, I'm bringing Camille Allah. Right. I'll call him premium God. Yeah, man. He's looking, man. I got a team, man. You see how I am? It's not just, this isn't just education, psychological, a guy with a bachelor's degree. No, this is experience. This is my environment. So, stay tuned for it, y'all. Let's bring it all together. Your mind is a factory. Your subconscious builds. Your conscious minds and manages it. You understand? What the autopilot do? Right. Autopilot is your autopilot. It repeats. What the observer do? Right. Your observer owns it all. And emotional intelligence is knowing when to step back. Awareness is knowing what's being built. And mental sovereignty is choosing what gets made. You heard what I said? Mental sovereignty is choosing what's get made in your factory. So mind your damn business. Mind your damn business. And run your damn factory with clarity and compassion. And control. Listen, y'all, I'm just trying to give you the truth, man. Please research everything I say. Never let anyone, including me, cheat you out of your truth. Listen, man. Don't let this be a defiant moment when I'm telling you. Don't let this be a defiant moment at all. Let it be a refined moment. All right, y'all. That's it, man. This episode is sponsored by Thoughts Root, created by the Thought Center Root Network Laboratories. That's why we got it going on. Y'all didn't know that was happening to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't know, huh? Labor is a choice, right? Once you get this thought root, you're going to be able to think about things that you will have a mental clarity, I'm telling you, because thought root helps you build mental clarity, emotional strength, and spiritual alignment. You see me, right? I take it every morning. This ain't no joke. But this goes with a ritual of meditation, sitting in silence. So when you get it, it's going to come with a map of what you're supposed to do if you really want to change your thing. All right, let's get to this. It's also sponsored by Pure Shield. I like saying that. Pure Shield. Pure Shield is protective filings with environments and from harmful bugs and toxins. Still, while promoting holistic wellness. I use them too. Listen, y'all. They sprayed from a spray bottle, not a spray bottle. And I ain't seen no ants. I used to have ants. No ants, man. Y'all did a good job, man. I mean that. Now look, until next time, remember, you are love. You are well. You are a happy lifestyle. You are a healthy lifestyle. Take care. You know what it is, man. And listen, don't forget to share your thoughts. Hashtag. We got 2 hashtags going on. Hashtag the sit in silence challenge and hashtag share your thoughts. I love y'all, man. Come on, let's do it. Thought Center. Good to talk to y'all. Next episode, we got a special guest coming up. And it ain't Dr. G. You will see. They very smart. They're going to bring something to y'all. Until next time, y'all, stay woke.
PureShield has a come-up-with bug defense solution that is not only effective but safe for the entire family. Unlike other pest control products, PureShield Natural RX offers a powerful poison-free product that is harmless to plants and animals. Why settle for hazardous options when PureShield is here to protect both you and the environment? Join us in making a safe and sustainable choice. Together, we can create a healthier future.